So for this after review, it's going to be quick and simple. This is my second taste of my DIY IPA that a friend of mine helped me actually brew. It's 2 a.m. on the East Coast currently. I just got done with work. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even do the math. So roughly 5 hours ago. So but let's pour it out and see what we have. I still have some of that blood orange in there. Probably be bad. So this one's probably not going to be as clear as the other beers that I've had. Try not to pour that sludge in there. There's that sludge down there at the bottom. So this is 2 days away from actually the 2-week mark for the bottle conditioning. And what we did was we used Mosaic, we used Galaxy, we used Citra hops in this brewing of this IPA. And then at the end, that dear friend of mine was able to allow me to have some of his lemongrass, and we put that into the fermentation container as well. So this is a lemony IPA. You're going to have citrus notes. About a week ago, I tried one just to see where it was at. It wasn't that carbonated. It was okay. It's not going to hurt you. Let's see. Those extra few days made it a little bit bitter, but I like bitter. So flavor-wise, it's not a bad flavor. Carbonation is a lot better for those extra few days that I gave since those past Thursday. And the other bottles are going to go into the fridge shortly. So basically, I'm very satisfied with this first batch. Is it the best beer that I've ever had? No. It's not, but it's probably because I had my hand in it and he didn't brew it all himself. So he showed me the process and was able to give me step-by-step of what to do. And it's going to blossom into something that I hopefully will be able to turn into a career someday. It's so thick and dark. But I enjoy it. The lemony flavor comes out. The Bucha is not going to come back. It's I killed it. If you can see, right back. Let's see if I can somehow do it. It's right there next to the corn tortilla chips. We'll not name them because I'm not sponsored. But I changed it to the black organic tea that I use. It's a very common name, and you probably can actually see it up there if you know what it is right there. So that tea yields a better flavor for the kombucha, and it's going on tomorrow. Will be 2 weeks. So this one's going to be a little bit more sour, more tart, more vinegary, but I'm going to try to enhance the flavor and also wash out the Bucha bottles right there. They've been sitting for way too long. Got to be careful with that because they may actually blow up on me. Who knows? But good thing is the kids are back to school in Pennsylvania, so that means I'll be by myself if any accidents happen. The last time I did this, I talked for about 30 minutes. Nobody watched, so I don't plan on talking long today. In other news, we have, again, more mass shootings and more cowards. And I am going to state this clearly that it's because people and fathers are not in the homes. We don't know how to deal with their emotions if we're not showing them. And I'm not giving that a way out for any type of mass shooter, but honestly, we need to take responsibility of our community and try to see those people before they go crazy. And we can say whatever we want to say, but it's going to be one of those things. You don't need a gun to kill somebody. You can kill somebody if you just put your mind to it. And that's the sad thing of these days, is because if we get one little emotional tick, people just want to go and just do whatever the heck they want to do. So this, after the review, it goes on with the last two beer reviews, 31 and 32. I just recently reviewed those beers. One was the Flying Dogs Doggy Style, and the other one was Duclaw's Blood Orange IPA Neon Gypsy. Both of them are beautiful beers. Were they the best beers I've ever had? No, they weren't. I'm still searching for that, and this may be one of those endeavors that I may never, ever find the actual perfect beer, which that's what makes craft beer such a beautiful thing, is because people are refining it on a daily basis, on a yearly basis, and they're doing it to the best of their ability. If you're around the Pennsylvania area, Pennsylvania has phenomenal breweries all over the state, and they also know how to get the beer into the state that they will legally sell. Certain things are not sold in the state because Pennsylvania has some silly alcohol and liquor laws, but it's the best thing that they can do. What I did know is that pretty much I'm limited to about 200 gallons per year on my own brewing, so I got 195 left. And if I brewed 195 gallons before the end of the year, that means I've wasted a ton of money, and money I don't have, so it's not going to ever be possible for me to brew that until I actually get a license and a brewery of my own. Everyone else is asleep, and I'm wide awake, and this is what it's been the last few weeks. I may need to find some type of new degree to do, because I think that was able to calm my brain down, keep me focused, and keep me on track. Other news, which is not really news, but some people like to sit there and complain, and I'm one of them. I'm one of them drastically, and I'm going to focus on trying not to complain as much, and also focus on trying to see the people for what they are, see my family for what they are, because I'm tired of family, friends, and others not seeing what I am. And then when I see just stupid stuff happening, it just makes me want to just go nuts on somebody, and just be like, hey, oh, why is this happening? Why is this just going on? But I calm myself down and, look for ways to address it to them. And if I don't have a way to address it, I just pray about it and try to find out a clear way of doing things. Besides that, 19 subscribers. That's better than the 2 that I had for last year plus. Thank you for those people that do subscribe. Thank you for those people that are willing to take the risk and watch what I actually have to offer. I'm actually satisfied with this. This is a little bit more bitter on the end of what I expected, but I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with the end result. Satisfied to quit making an IPA? No. And that's what I'm going to be possibly going into the next few months, a series to refine my IPA. Where is my IPA? In video 32, I tried something out with the new software that I had. It's going to look silly until I refine it to where I want to be. But since I'm one man and I do the editing on a S8 on a MacBook Pro and just hodgepodge it all together to the best of my ability, this is what I have. And everything so far is copyright free. Music from YouTube, the picture apps that I used in order to create the logo that I have, everything is copyright free. One of the programs that I use in order to see the analytics of my channel is TubeBuddy, and I know that they have a affiliation program where you basically sign up for them to give you money anytime anybody ever uses your code when they sign up for them. It's basically an analytics software that allows you to do more in YouTube. So I'm glad that I have it, because I also think that it's helping my YouTube channel stay to where the things that I want to view, because a lot of people are saying that YouTube is censoring. And who would fault a private company that allows people to save and share millions of stuff, have their own views, and try to dictate what people want, because they're trying to make money too. And if they just come out and say, hey, it's capitalism, I would be upset. It's what it is. So basically, with this new school year that started, and me not actually going back to school, I'm going to be looking towards refining some type of skill, because the last After the Review talked about jack of all trades, master of none, and that's what I think I still am. So if you guys have any thoughts or comments, comment below. I'll get back to them later. I'm going to get back to a recent subscriber that commented. I think he or she does beer reviews too. and subscribe to them as well, because the inspiration that I see from the people that are on YouTube, they themselves are just great, just phenomenal people. So this after the review, doing it live is a lot easier for me. Then I don't have to actually make tags, don't actually have to do anything until I decide to go back later and just update the video. And it's pretty simple. In other words, job search is still going. I'm trying to see all avenues. I'm just trying to see promotions at the place where I currently work. I'm trying to see what's best for my family, and I hope nobody finds offense if I go towards the best possible route. And many people may, but that's the price you have to pay for being able to take care of your family. And it's one of those things that just too many people just may not see me taking care of my family in this route, but it's my sole focus in life. I want my kids to have everything that they can have, but some days it just gets down to the point where it's just hard. It's very hard to do it by yourself. And what I mean by myself is me and my wife. So, and this is not a shot at anybody. This is just saying how I feel. Many times, many people might take offense to stuff like that, but kind of crazy. Yeah, it still has tons of wort or unfiltered beer at the bottom. So it looks like it's going to be the whole entire batch. So I'm going to try to see if I can find some ways to refine this and filter it later, and just hopefully just move forward. If you like what you see, if you like my honesty, please like, comment, and subscribe. I put, when I first tried to get YouTube up and running, I put a thing, once it gets to 1,000 subscribers, I'd love to give away a $100 gift card, just because I appreciate you guys. If I could afford it right now with 19, I would do it easily. I can't, just how it goes. There's many people today that are just blowing up through YouTube because of their skill that they have, whether they're a maker, whether they're a personality. Just, it's amazing to see people just go from a few 100,000 subscribers to millions in months. So maybe someday. I've always been a talker. My family has always seen me as a talker. If you hear this buzzing out the window, that's because I have a fan going. And it's the best thing to do to keep this kitchen cool at hot nights. Weather tomorrow is not going to be any better. Normally during September, you would expect it to get colder, but the last few years it's been staying warm all the way up to even the end of September. There's no real fall happening anymore. It's been, you get a few days here and there, but it's very possible throughout fall and to experience multiple days where it feels like summer. And then during winter to do the same thing. You'll go from 30 degrees out to 60 to 70 the next day, depending on how the weather wants. Hopefully I can learn some more brewing on Wednesday. That's my main goal this week. Plus to try to find our title. We lost it in the move. It's needed. But pretty much besides that, there's nothing really new. After the review is me supposed to be rambling about certain subjects and topics, but honestly, it comes down to me reflecting on today. Recently, I was told by a boss at work that they know me. I hate to say this, but I don't think we know a lot of people. I don't think we even know a lot of the people that we're genetically related to. Because too many times there's these shadows that are cast over us because we have to fit a certain mold, fit certain things. And I'm not saying that your emotion is able to dictate where you're going. I'm saying that those same things that cause people to judge others because of their beliefs are the same things that allow people not to speak the truth about themselves. And I'm guilty of that too. You don't ever want to go into a church and just be like, oh, this is what I struggle with, because you're afraid that you're going to have people judge you. So, and it's evident whenever you do tell somebody something just completely honest. People just want to sit there and they want to look at you and they want to be like, wow, okay, thank you for sharing. And then never really know what they say because they don't really say it back. So whenever you have somebody come up to you and they tell you something that's just completely opening their heart and they're trusting you to not be judgmental, don't judge them. Just your judging could cause them to not come back. And because they might be at a different maturity level in their lives, they may never come back. And it's sad. So, what else? All of this Fortnite rage is just going crazy. It's like you look at people today that are being reported to make millions during these games, and it's just, you become envious. And if you could make millions playing a video game all day, when you want to play that video game, it's literally sitting around. The difference between me and those guys that are making that money is my processing rate when I play the game. I'm not fast. Not fast at all. Plus, most of those guys are on PC. And console's supposed to be a lot easier, so that makes me feel even worse. But getting back to the knowing conversation, I don't think a lot of us know each other. I mean, you'll marry your spouse and you will fall head over heels for them, and like I have for my wife. But I think it's a lifelong journey in order to get to actually know them. You slowly share things that you're afraid to share from your past. You slowly share things, and that's a risk. You could sit there and say, hey, they don't really want to accept me, so I'm not going to share that. But it's sad that you can live your entire life with somebody and not tell them your deepest, darkest thoughts and reflections. So started doing that with my wife. Blessed to have her, because honestly, she listens. So I must focus and listen to her as well. And we may look at it from here to there and just try to find something, and simply we look at life in general and be like, will we ever find it's truly meant to be? Will we ever truly find what we're supposed to do? I want to say yeah. And some people would ask me and say, you already knew what you were supposed to do. Yeah. And sometimes that stuff changes, You look at life in general. Many times we have other options that pop up and we want to take it because it makes more sense. So as I'm sitting here clicking and talking to you, I'm trying to share this in the multiple places just to see if we can get some more traffic to this website before I close it. So a couple months ago, you couldn't do YouTube Live just off of the website. You had to have these programs and you had to have these extra extensions, and I think it's phenomenal now that it works pretty well. Yep. The thing that I noticed about this thing, though, is that there's something that in the brewing process that we did that caused it tomorrow. The beer is causing almost extreme gassiness, extreme stomach churning. It's not painful. It's just a lot of gas. So I've just noticed some beers that are very cheap that do that. So that means I must have to focus on and refine this in order to make it better for people. So 225 4 minutes, I will cut this off because it'll be 2:30 in the morning, and oddly enough, I still can't sleep. And try to find something else to do until 3 if I can get myself to fall asleep. So. Not much new. Tomorrow I'm going to refine the flavor for my kombucha. Strain everything out as best as I can again. Try to get more of that culture out of the finished bottled product because simply it just doesn't look appealing. The culture that I have, it's just so strong. It just repopulates and it almost looks like a thing of phlegm coming out of your bottle when you pour it out. It tastes delicious, honestly, but it's not appealing, And some people don't want to buy that kind of stuff because it just doesn't look good, And I notice that because sometimes, people join and be like, ugh. So if you get a chance, look up Dickie's beer review, look up the Master of Hobbits, look up the Parody source reviews. I don't have permission to say this during these videos right now, but they have some good quality content. Dickie plays the guitar, does beer reviews, talks, shares his life. Party Source reviews. It looks like it's a company called the Party Source that does reviews on their beer channel and also vodka and also different things. Just look at their channel, get the full thing. And then the Master of Hobbits, decent following, can get some extreme amount of views really quickly. And extreme for beer reviews is a few hundred. So I would hope to see one of these channels blossom out and get a few million subscribers, but I think that you have to appeal to the people today. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to find out how I can appeal to people and get them over to my channel. I don't want to appeal to kids and get them over to my channel to see my beer reviews, but maybe we can go back and censor those and make them age restricted, age appropriate. But again, I'm also for a parent dictating what their kids watch and what they do not watch, because it's the responsibility of the parent to know what they're doing, or the responsibility of the caretaker. So shout out to my family and friends that do watch this. Thank you. Shout out to those people that watch it and don't subscribe. Thank you. Currently watching a guy named Steven Crowder. I think he's a genius with his debating ability. More higher level genius though would be Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin as well, Dennis Prager himself. But I'm starting to notice I'm becoming one-sided, so I need to go over and watch the other side. We sit there and we go back and forth, left and right, and I notice that I don't have enough left people that are on my YouTube channels that I watch. I need to see what their argument is, see if I can have any type of compassion for what they have and understand where they're coming from, because you can't really fill your head with too much one side, because you don't want to get too cautious if you don't know everybody and know how the majority of the people in your country feel. So you know what, I'll take it for another 7 minutes, because that'll make it a 30-minute video. For this Dad Bod Refinement channel, you will see pizza, you will see beer, you'll see fitness. I've yet to figure out how to actually get fitness videos on here that without worrying about, blurring out faces. I'm not a physically fit guy, as you can see. But my wife just recently done a physique competition, or a bikini competition. She did well, and gorgeous woman that I'm married to, and I'm very lucky for that. And I know she's going to do even more. Because I believe in her, and it's not because I believe in her she's going to do more. It's just because I know that her potential is just drastically above mine. I didn't know that she has the ability to just master anything she puts her hands onto. So one of these times I'll do it after review and just discuss the last, let's see, 15 years that we've been together. Yeah, 15 years. The ups and downs, things that happened because we were too immature, things that happened because others were trying to do the right thing. And at the time, it probably was the right thing, but you know how kids act. They just act rebellious, so that's what we did. And I'm glad that we were, because our family that we have is just a beautiful family. So it's just one of those things. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't reset it one bit. It's too many times where I thought that a reset button would be okay, but it's no. I'm past that. I've been 3 or 4 years past that notion and that idea. Maybe for career-wise, that idea pops in my head, but nah. There's too many good Marines out there that, you know, I would insult if I would say I would reset myself back into the Marine Corps, because there's a lot of people that probably have better chances of just serving our country and just showing what they are as a Marine, as a sailor, as an airman, as a soldier, and since I'm out. You know, don't get me wrong, if one of the branches said, hey, why don't you come back? Yeah, in an instant. I'd be shaving this head, shaving this beard, going back in, and doing whatever they say. So 3 more minutes left to this. And not much. Last video that I did where it was around this time, a couple people popped on. It's a good thing too. So, did you know that there's actually videos of people eating and people watch them? Maybe I could do that. Just sit there and just eat food. So, saw some weird things today on Facebook. Seems like it's always going to be that way. Other things on these videos that I've been doing, I've been launching them through Reddit. Reddit is a really easy way to get people into, into your channel. And they can look at your stuff. They can view what you need to state. Okay. So far, my profile. Let's see what I have. Karma's 21. It means I lost some recently because some people voted it down. But Cake Day, April 1st, 2016. That's when I started, I guess. Couple videos get voted down, but enough to where I'm at 0. What else? One video got voted up 4 times. Awesome. Couple got voted up 2 times, 3 times, but it's all from the beer review people. Let's see, beer and pizza. Yeah. So obviously, if you post things on things that the topic is about, they're going to sit there and they're going to vote it up for you. But I would say overall, like I stated in the title, second bottle of my do-it-yourself IPA, lemon IPA. It's not bad. It's bitter. It has a citrus body to it. Very unfiltered. So I may lean upon that knowledge that I do have and just make sure that, I listen, because I do like a beer that is kind of transparent and filtered. So if you guys have any questions before I get off here in 30 seconds, just pop them in there. Let me see what you see. And after this, I'm going to go and check all my messages on YouTube, make sure I'm not neglecting anybody. So I thank you for stopping by for this after review, and have a good evening, okay? And as always, drink in moderation, and God bless you.